Arsenal have booked themselves a place in the Carabao Cup semi-finals after smashing 3 past Crystal Palace in a second half masterclass, with Gabriel Jesus resurrected. Today we'll break down what exactly we learnt from this game. We'll also find out which forward Arsenal are planning a move for in January, find out what's happening with Declan Rice, and discuss who will be starting our must-win game on Saturday at Selhurst Park. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Baz14. Welcome back to your boys channel, and I hope you guys are doing sensational. Arsenal have got to the Carabao Cup semi-finals. They have smashed in 3 goals from open play. So we have got so much to break down as per. Smash a like on the video if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and help your boy on his road to 300,000 subscribers. But starting off with what we learned from Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 2. In a game that had so much pressure going into it. 2 league games allowed to win, pressure building towards Mikel Arteta. The demand for silverware was growing, and that's where the Carabao Cup was the perfect opportunity, as Mikel Arteta threw us a twist in the lineup, giving Tierney his first Arsenal start since August 2023. There was a sense of balance in the Arsenal 11. A left-hand side of Trossard inverting, Marino dropping deeper, and Tierney overlapping. Starts for Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling. Alongside Mikel Merino, Tierney of course had an established relationship, having played alongside him last year at Real Sociedad. For KT, it was a solid performance and a 7.1 rating. 1 clearance, 1 interception and 2 tackles, 2 out of 2 ground balls and 1 out of 1 in the air. With 38 passes, 1 key pass and 1 massive chance created. That cross was vintage Kieran Tierney, a throwback to 2021, with Tierney finding space on the left hand side and being incisive in the final third. The pass to Raheem Sterling was inch perfect and he really should have scored. It wasn't quite a masterclass, but what Tierney offered Arsenal was natural width on the left hand side, not inverting as a fullback and playing to his strengths. Not only is Tierney naturally more comfortable at wide, but in the final third he's always been very incisive with his final pass, throwing it back to his first ever Arsenal appearance in Europa League. Assist after assist for Gabriel Martinelli. Not only is Tierney fantastic at making decisions in the final third, but he's also got a lethal final pass. We're often as Arsenal fans talk about the right hand side. In this game, Mikel Arteta changed the left, allowing Trossard to come in centrally in areas is more comfortable, Marino dropping deep and helping link play, then Tierney giving us more natural width. Playing plays where they're far more comfortable, we saw a far better dynamic. But after making his first Arsenal appearance of the season and playing 67 minutes, then taken off with another injury. In terms of his Arsenal future, we've got a David Ornstein update. An exclusive revealing that Kieran Tierney is set to leave Arsenal in the summer, after the club decided against using the option to extend his contract. His deal expires in June, and the 27-year-old can now pre-agree any contract with any non-English clubs. And that to me is not a surprise. Kieran Tierney was never going to be the long-term solution for Arsenal, mainly because he's not reliable in terms of fitness. But what we saw today could be a glimpse into the future, with recent rumours linking Arsenal with a move for Alphonso Davies, another natural overlapping left-back. Having seen how useful it can be today, help Arsenal open up the pitch, find another creative option. With Tierney's departure, it opens up a space for profiles. And if he's not the player, Arsenal need to go into the market and find someone similar. But what about the performance of Gabriel Kiwior, a 6.1 rating, with 4 clearances but 1 error leading to a goal, 1 out of 2 ground balls won, despite completing 70 passes and 3 out of 3 accurate long balls. With Kiwior on the ball, I actually have no issues. He's very smooth, he can find a pass going forwards, and he's very comfortable under pressure. But when it comes to defending and using his physicality, that's where he really struggles, getting completely bullied by Jean-Philippe Mateta for the opening Palace goal. We've seen it against Raul Jimenez, we've now seen it against Mateta. At 24 years of age, now approaching 2 years at Arsenal. For an Arsenal defence that is known for its physicality, Saliba and Gabriel both being bullies. If Kiwior is to be a dependable backup player, without having that same level of physicality, it makes Kiwior very vulnerable when it comes to backing up. Far more suited to leagues like the Serie A, which is less about physical strikers and more about technical play. I won't go over the top because it was a mistake and it happens in football. But until we see Kiwior physically able to compete on a consistent basis, there will always be questions over his long-term Arsenal future. In a league that we already know is all about the fine margins, any mistake like this in the Premier League could have been even more costly. But let's talk about the star of the show instead, the hat-trick man himself, Gabriel Jesus, dropping an 8.9 rating after 3 goals scored, with 5 shots on target, 2 successful dribbles, and of course 1 big chance missed, 20 accurate passes and 3 ground balls won. Football is a very funny game, and for strikers it's all about confidence, because after going an entire year without an Emirates goal, his last one being against Brighton on December 17th, 2023, he then goes and scores 3 today. Resurrected in terms of confidence, then finishing at a very high level. The ball striking for all 3 of his goals was actually fantastic. Even the fact that he chipped the goalkeeper for his first goal, despite being in a goal drought, showed a weird level of self-belief, celebrating the opening goal by dedicating it to his partner, having recently confirmed pregnancy of their second child. Here he was after the game as the official player of the match, no doubt about it, with the match ball and the player of the match award, having now scored more goals for Arsenal today with 3 than he had combined in all of 2024, with now 5 goals and assists in 3 Carabao Cup appearances. It felt like a bit of a weird game. On one side you've got Gabriel Jesus turning into prime R9, then you've got Eddie Nketiah scoring like Didier Drogba. Without going over the top and saying that he's back, I still believe that the profile of Gabriel Jesus could be a potential solution for Arsenal this season, because for a team that lacks a ball carrier, when Gabriel Jesus has confidence, as we saw today, he can be electric. Another key area is his impact on the left hand side. Look at his last 2 Arsenal starts against Monaco and today. In both of those games, our left wingers are far more involved because of Gabriel Jesus. Where Havertz prefers to drift to the right, Jesus is far more comfortable on the left, which makes our team far more balanced. As Leandro Trossard dropped a 7.5 rating, with 2 shots and 1 dribble, 1 key pass and 1 big chance created. With Tierney providing the width, Trossard was allowed to play more central and he was thriving, put in far more dangerous areas that suit his profile. That's why I'm thinking about Gabriel Martinelli. When you think about 2022-23, one of the key reasons behind Gabriel Martinelli's 15 league goals was when he was alongside Trossard or Jesus. Both players drift towards him and providing combination. Even in that year that he was thriving, the moment Jesus got injured, with Nketiah as our 9, Martinelli struggled. It all poses the question going into Saturday. Despite Kai Havertz being Mikel Arteta's number 1 striker, with Gabriel Jesus scoring a hat-trick against the same side, surely he has to start. You also had Mikel Merino dropping a 7.1 rating, with 27 accurate passes and 4 out of 5 ground balls, 6 out of 11 in the air. He actually played a very underrated part in the third Arsenal goal, drifting over to the right hand side and using his movement to drag wide a Crystal Palace player to open up space for Martin Odegaard to find Gabriel Jesus, the prime example of movement opening up deep blocks. In a game that also created a 2.34 XG to Crystal Palace's 0.35, most of it came in the second half, as Arsenal created a whopping 6 big chances. And the real game changer was the captain Martin Odegaard, who dropped an 8.1 rating, with 2 fantastic assists, 30 accurate passes and 3 key passes, 2 big chances created and 2 successful dribbles. It was almost like he was playing with a personal vendetta. Heavily criticised after his performance on the weekend, taken off when Arsenal needed a goal, Odegaard was playing far more aggressive with his passing, always looking in behind and trying to cause issues, with 2 fantastic final passes to open up Crystal Palace. It's no surprise that when he drops deeper outside the block, when also off runners like Gabriel Jesus, Odegaard has the ability to find those players in behind. It was a bit of a reminding performance as well, having been taken off for Ethan Nwaneri on the weekend, and Ethan starting once again in this game, and again he dropped a 6.2 rating, with 0 out of 3 dribbles and 1 out of 8 ground balls. It's not to blame him whatsoever, but at 17 years of age he does have a lot of pressure on him. As much as Arsenal fans may be excited, we need to give Ethan natural time to progress, because on the right hand side when you've got Timber and Saka there alongside Odegaard, Arsenal find a different level of fluidity, as Bukayo came off the bench to drop a 7.2 rating, getting his 30th assist of the season. Mikel Arteta's subs worked to a T. By bringing on Saliba and Odegaard, not only were Arsenal better defensively, but we also allowed Timber to get into his best area. A progressive fullback that loves getting forwards. That right hand side of Odegaard, Saka and Timber is our key. So fluid and so sharp. When you've got Gabriel Jesus drifting towards the left, helping that side also have balance, this Arsenal team starts to click. But in a game where Arsenal once again only allowed a 0.35 XG against, Palace was still able to score 2 goals. And it's kind of getting annoying, because in the past 2 games where Arsenal have allowed next to nothing, 2 goals from an XG of 0.35 today, then Fulham scoring from an XG of only 0.16. On the bright side, it shows the defence is definitely getting better, allowing less chances per game like last season, if the attack is able to find its confidence and find the balance. As we saw today in the second half, Arsenal can still be very effective, having now qualified for the Carabao Cup semi-finals, with the potential opponents of Liverpool, Newcastle, Spurs and United, with the draw to take place tomorrow. With Mikel Arteta recently saying on his trophy record as Arsenal manager, we've also won the Charity Shield twice, so we've won 3 trophies. It didn't go well in the Arsenal fan base, currently demanding trophies after 5 years as Arsenal manager. We've seen progress, we've seen us compete, but for an Arsenal side that we know is good, they also need to learn to get themselves over the line. So the Carabao Cup might not be the Premier League, but with 3 big teams left in the competition, just imagine the feel-good factor if we can get ourselves to a final, then get ourselves over the line and give this project the silverware that it deserves. This year more than ever, winning the Carabao Cup could be a catalyst. Moving on to the latest Arsenal news. After a game where we once again saw the effects of William Saliba coming off the bench and making Arsenal that much better, Saliba has quickly become one of the best defenders in the world. And that's not me just saying that, but you've also got FIFA, having recently announced Saliba as a part of the FIFA Best 11 of 2024, and a back 4 alongside Ruben Dias, Antonio Rudiger and Dani Carvajal. Saliba becomes the first Arsenal player to reach a FIFA Team of the Year since Thierry Henry in 2005. By definition now seen as world class. At just 23 years of age now, Saliba has already been named the League Player of the Year and been a part of their Team of the Season, then part of back-to-back PFA Team of the Years, also a part of the Euro Team of the Year, and now the FIFA Best 11. Wherever he goes, he is rated as one of the best. with all these achievements coming after 2021. In the space of just 3 years, Saliba has solidified himself as one of the best in the world. But this is where we have to also look at silverware. For a player that already has shown his ability on a consistent basis, he also needs to have the team accolades to enter conversations that he deserves to be in. Whether it's the Carabao Cup or the Premier League, these players need that, importantly because of their futures. Having signed the new Arsenal contract in 2023, winning trophies ensures that you keep your best players. Now let's talk about the January transfer window. Weeks away from opening and a lot of Arsenal fans counting down the days. We might have scored 3 goals today, but there's no denying the forward line still needs improvement. So with a recent announcement from Marcus Rashford, looking set for a new move away, he says, for me personally, I'm ready for a new challenge and the next steps. When I leave, it's going to be no hard feelings. You're not going to have any negative comments about me or my United. That's me, I will always be a Red. Reportedly available for a fee of £40 million, I have heard a lot of Arsenal fans talking, asking the question about Rashford to Arsenal, because in terms of quality and what we don't have, a lethal left winger on the left hand side that on form, as we saw in 2022-23, with 30 goals and 9 assists, 17 in the Premier League, there's no denying that he can be a game changer. But for me, I don't see Arsenal making this move, and rightly so, because at 27 years of age, Rashford might have quality on the ball, but for an Arsenal team known for the off-the-ball work rate, Rashford is not a Mikel Arteta profile. Alongside wages of over £300,000 a week, you also have to look at Ruben Amorim, a brand new manager with a new philosophy. If Rashford was so good, why would he not want to make him a centerpiece of his project? Instead, you've got questions about his attitude and his training, massive talk about his behind-the-scene profile, all things that Mikel Arteta will look towards, and to why I don't see Arsenal signing him. But one winger that Arsenal are after is a certain West Ham one. We're talking about the Ghana captain Mohammed Kudus. As confirmed by Alex Crook, West Ham are willing to cash in on Mohammed Kudus if they get a big money offer in January, and Arsenal are weighing up a move. However, they will have to sell players to fund the transfer. Kudus is believed to have an £85 million release clause that becomes active in the summer, so if Arsenal want to sign him before then, they will have to cop up a similarly hefty fee. We are talking a lot of money here, but we're also talking about a player that Arsenal have liked in the past, tried to sign him from his time at Ajax, having now come to the Premier League and shown that he can do it. For an Arsenal team looking for a left winger, where Kudus was thriving last year on the right hand side, this year he's playing far more on the left, a left-footed profile that would provide Arsenal with, but more importantly in terms of take-ons, leading the league with 41 so far this season, more than Doku, Semenyo and Bukayo Saka. Kudus has completed at least 25 more successful dribbles than any other player in Europe's top 5 leagues in 2024, a whopping 121. Arsenal are a team that can pass the ball, but what we don't have is ball carriers. Explosive players that can break through a system, provide moments of magic and hurt teams in transition. That's why I'm looking at Mohammed Kudus. Still only 24 years of age, having not missed a single game via injury in his entire West Ham career. And for an Arsenal team that has invested so much defensively and in midfield, our only marquee forward signings have been Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz, the highest being £65 million. As much as we look towards Mikel Arteta as the coach, at one point quality is quality. What can't be coached needs to be bought. As the report claims that if Arsenal can get a player sold in January, all eyes will turn to Mohammed Kudus. But looking inside the Premier League, you've also got another potential option. Ranking 4th in terms of take-ons completed, we're talking Antoine Semenyo of Bournemouth. Another Ghanaian that has been thriving with 5 goal contributions so far this season, and more impressively 2.3 successful dribbles, at a 63% success rate. For an Arsenal team that needs a powerful ball carrier, Semenyo has the most carries leading to a shot with 22, and the most carries leading to a chance with 14, of all players in the Premier League so far this season. Having watched him time and time again this season, for a Bournemouth team that has really thrived, Semenyo is fantastic in transition when it comes to making the final decision and bursting past players. Again, it's about signing profiles that Arsenal don't really have. For the Bournemouth contract until 2029, the question is how much is he going to cost? But if we're talking about African wingers, why not talk about the reigning African Player of the Year, Atalanta's thriving Nigerian Ademola Lookman, who according to reports in the UK, wants to return to the Premier League, having thrived in this area and put up fantastic numbers. Last year it was 17 goals and 10 assists. This year he already has 11 and 5, with 8 goals in 13 Serie A games. A natural left winger able to cut inside on his right foot, with fantastic ball striking as we saw in the Europa League final, scoring a hat-trick to win Atalanta the trophy. In terms of the Serie A this season, he is averaging a goal involvement every 92 minutes. January is going to be all about signing a brand new forward. So talk to me down below in the comments. Which forward do you want to also decide? But in terms of our focus, of course, it falls to Saturday. Another game against Crystal Palace, this time in the Premier League away from home. And in terms of the major team news, what is happening with Declan Rice? Taken off in the game against Everton via an injury, Mikel Arteta did confirm in his pre-match press conference Rice was going to be fine for this game, but having not been involved, it seems like he was given a rest instead, most likely available for the game on Saturday. But what about Zinchenko and Calafiori? With Arteta confirming that both players are out for this game. In this game we saw Tierney start, and of course we've also got Miles Lewis-Skelly. And while Zinchenko being injured is never a surprise, for Ricardo Calafiori is getting a bit worrying, having been signed by Arsenal as a long-term future left-back. He has already missed 12 Arsenal games this season via injury, and we can talk about his quality, but the main thing is always reliability. If not available on Saturday, Will Mikel Arteta once again turn to Miles Lewis-Skelly, hopefully keeping Timber at right back? Or also at centre forward, who is going to be the starter? Because Havertz may be the go-to, but after scoring a hat-trick in today's game, surely it's going to be Gabriel Jesus. Who would you be starting? Let me know down below in the comments. But that is the video there and there, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy in all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was the 5 things we learned from Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 2, alongside all of the latest Arsenal news. And now the question goes on the Saturday, another must-win game at Selhurst Park. We've beaten Crystal Palace today, but can we make it 2 1s out of 2? As per my friends, we will see, and I'll see you next time. Take care, in a bit.